Ladies and gentlemen, success is not something we stumble upon. It's something we design, something we cultivate, and most importantly, something we commit to. Imagine what your life could look like 6 months from now if you made a simple decision today to take control, to grow, and to build a future of your own making. It doesn't take years to change your life. It takes a decision followed by daily disciplines. Mastering your mornings is one of the most powerful ways to take control of your life. The way you start your day sets the tone for everything that follows. It determines your mindset, energy, focus, and productivity. The most successful people in the world understand this, and they design their mornings with intention. If you want to change your life in 6 months, the first step is to change how you begin each day. The average person wakes up with no clear direction. They hit the snooze button multiple times, check their phone first thing, and rush into their day feeling stressed and reactive. This is a recipe for mediocrity. On the other hand, successful individuals wake up with purpose. They have a routine that prepares their body, mind, and emotions for success. If you take control of your mornings, you take control of your life. One of the most important habits to develop is waking up early. When you rise before the rest of the world, you create time for yourself. You remove distractions and allow yourself to focus on personal growth. It's not about waking up at 4 a.m. just because someone else does. It's about waking up early enough to have intentional time before the demands of the day take over. This quiet time allows you to think, plan, and set the foundation for a productive day. The first thing you do when you wake up matters. Most people reach for their phones immediately, flooding their minds with notifications, emails, and social media updates. This puts them in a reactive state instead of a proactive one. Instead of grabbing your phone, start your day with activities that nourish your mind and body. Read something inspiring. Listen to an uplifting audio. Write down your goals. These small actions prime your mind for success and keep you focused on what truly matters. Physical movement should also be a priority in the morning. Exercise energizes your body and sharpens your mind. It doesn't have to be an intense workout. Simple stretching, yoga, or a short walk can be enough to get your blood flowing and wake up your system. When you move your body first thing in the morning, you activate energy that carries throughout the rest of your day. It's hard to feel sluggish when you've already gotten your body in motion. Another key element of a powerful morning routine is setting your intentions for the day. Take a few moments to review your goals and plan your priorities. What do you need to accomplish? What actions will move you closer to success? Writing down your goals every morning reinforces your vision and keeps you focused. When you start your day with clarity, you're less likely to get distracted by trivial things. Mindset is everything, and your mornings shape your mindset. Feeding your mind with positive content and affirmations helps you build confidence and resilience. Read something that inspires you, listen to an empowering podcast, or repeat affirmations that reinforce your goals. When you start your day on a high note, you build momentum that carries into the rest of your activities. One of the greatest benefits of mastering your mornings is the sense of control it gives you. When you start your day with discipline and focus, you set yourself up for success in every other area of your life. You become more productive, more confident, and more intentional with your time. Instead of feeling rushed and overwhelmed, you move through your day with purpose and energy. Mastering your mornings is not about perfection, it's about consistency. Small daily improvements lead to massive transformation over time. If you commit to designing a powerful morning routine and stick with it for 6 months, your life will change in ways you never imagined. It all begins with the decision to take control of your first moments each day. Cultivating a growth mindset is one of the most important things you can do to transform your life. It is the difference between those who constantly improve and those who stay stuck in the same place year after year. A growth mindset is the belief that your abilities, intelligence, and potential are not fixed but can be developed through effort, learning, and persistence. When you embrace this way of thinking, challenges become opportunities, failures become lessons, and success becomes a natural outcome of consistent growth. Many people operate with a fixed mindset, believing that they are limited by their natural abilities. They see intelligence, talent, and skills as traits that are set in stone. Because of this, they avoid challenges, fear failure, and give up easily when faced with obstacles. This mindset keeps them trapped in their current circumstances, never pushing beyond their comfort zones. In contrast, those with a growth mindset see every experience, good or bad, as a chance to improve. They understand that success is not about what you are born with, but about how much you are willing to learn and adapt. The first step in developing a growth mindset is to embrace challenges. Most people avoid difficult situations because they fear failure. But growth only happens when you push beyond what is comfortable. Every great success story involves setbacks, struggles, and moments of doubt. The key difference between those who succeed and those who don't is their attitude toward these challenges. Instead of seeing them as signs to stop, those with the growth mindset see them as signs to push harder. They understand that every struggle brings an opportunity to develop new skills, build resilience, and become stronger. Another key to developing a growth mindset is changing how you view failure. Instead of seeing failure as the end of the road, see it as feedback. Failure is simply information. It tells you what didn't work so you can adjust and try again. Every successful person has failed multiple times before achieving greatness. The difference is that they didn't let failure define them. They analyzed what went wrong, made improvements, and kept moving forward. When you stop fearing failure, you become unstoppable. Learning is at the heart of a growth mindset. The most successful people are lifelong learners. They read books, listen to podcasts, seek mentorship, and invest in their education. They understand that knowledge is power, and the more they learn, the more they can achieve. If you want to grow, commit to learning something new every day. Read books that challenge your thinking. Surround yourself with people who inspire you, and never assume you already know everything. The moment you think you have nothing left to learn is the moment you stop growing. Your self-talk also plays a crucial role in shaping your mindset. The way you speak to yourself determines whether you build yourself up or hold yourself back. If you constantly tell yourself that you're not good enough, smart enough, or capable enough, you will limit your potential. But if you replace those limiting beliefs with empowering ones, such as I can learn this, I am capable, and every challenge makes me stronger, you will open doors to new possibilities. The mind believes what you repeatedly tell it, so be intentional about feeding it positive and constructive messages. Surrounding yourself with the right people is another powerful way to cultivate a growth mindset. If you spend time with people who complain, make excuses, and settle for mediocrity, their mindset will rub off on you. But if you surround yourself with people who challenge themselves, embrace learning, and push for success, you will adopt those same habits. Your environment plays a significant role in your growth, so choose it wisely. A growth mindset is not something you develop overnight, but rather through daily habits and intentional thinking. It requires consistent effort, a willingness to step outside of your comfort zone, and the courage to keep going when things get tough. But once you fully embrace this way of thinking, there are no limits to what you can achieve. Your success is not determined by where you started, it is determined by how much you are willing to grow. Setting clear goals with deadlines is one of the most powerful ways to take control of your future. Without clear goals, life becomes a series of random events and success is left to chance. Many people go through life with vague ideas about what they want, but without specific targets and deadlines, they never turn those ideas into reality. Goals provide direction, focus, and motivation. When you set clear, measurable goals and attach deadlines to them, you create a sense of urgency that drives you to take action. A goal without a deadline is just a wish. If you say you want to be successful, get in shape, or start a business, but don't set a deadline, you will always put it off until someday. The problem with someday is that it never comes. When you attach a deadline to your goal, you give it structure. You create a timeline that holds you accountable. It forces you to break the goal down into smaller, manageable steps and take consistent action. Clarity is key when setting goals. Vague goals lead to vague results. Instead of saying, I want to get in shape, say, I will lose 15 pounds in the next 3 months by exercising 5 times a week and eating clean. Instead of saying, I want to make more money, say, I will increase my income by $20,000 in the next year by starting a side business and improving my skills. The more specific the goal, the easier it becomes to create a plan and track progress. One of the most effective ways to set goals is by using the SMART method, making them specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. A specific goal tells you exactly what you need to achieve. A measurable goal allows you to track progress. An achievable goal ensures it is within your reach while still challenging you. A relevant goal aligns with your bigger vision, and a time-bound goal has a clear deadline to keep you accountable. Once you have set a clear goal, the next step is to break it down into actionable steps. A big goal can seem overwhelming, but when you divide it into smaller tasks, it becomes manageable. If your goal is to write a book in 6 months, break it down into how many pages you need to write per month, per week, and per day. If your goal is to save a certain amount of money, determine how much you need to save each month and what expenses you need to cut. Small daily actions lead to big results over time. Tracking progress is crucial. Goals without tracking often get ignored. Create a system to measure your progress, whether it's a journal, a spreadsheet, or an app. When you see progress, it motivates you to keep going. If you are falling behind, it gives you a chance to adjust and refocus. Reviewing your goals regularly keeps them fresh in your mind and ensures you stay on track. Another key factor in goal achievement is accountability. When you share your goals with someone who will hold you responsible, you increase your chances of success. This could be a mentor, a coach, or even a friend who pushes you to stay committed. When you know someone is watching, you are less likely to procrastinate or make excuses. Having a strong why behind your goal gives you the fuel to keep going when challenges arise. Ask yourself why the goal is important to you. What will achieving it mean for your life? The stronger your reason, the more determined you will be to reach it. When setbacks occur, as they always do, your why will keep you moving forward instead of giving up. Taking action is what separates dreamers from achievers. Many people set goals, but few follow through because they wait for the perfect moment. The truth is, there is no perfect moment, only now. The key is to take the first step, no matter how small. Once you start, momentum builds, and each step forward makes the next one easier. Consistent action, even in small doses, compounds over time and leads to incredible results. Clear goals with deadlines transform your life by giving you focus, motivation, and a clear path to success. When you take the time to define what you want, set a deadline, break it into actionable steps, track progress, stay accountable, and take consistent action, you create a powerful formula for achieving anything you desire. Developing daily disciplines is the foundation of success. It is not the big, dramatic actions that create lasting change, but the small, consistent habits practiced day after day. Discipline is the bridge between goals and achievements, between dreams and reality. Those who master daily disciplines take control of their lives, while those who lack discipline are controlled by circumstances, distractions, and emotions. Success is not a matter of luck or talent. It is a matter of habits. Every highly successful person has a set of disciplined routines they follow religiously. These routines are not based on how they feel, but on what they have committed to doing. Discipline is doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like doing it. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline stays. It is what keeps you going when enthusiasm fades, and it is what ensures progress even on the days when excuses feel more appealing than effort. The key to developing discipline is consistency. It is not about making massive changes overnight, but about committing to small, daily actions that lead to big results over time. Small habits repeated consistently create unstoppable momentum. Whether it's exercising daily, reading for personal growth, waking up early, or managing time effectively, discipline turns these actions into a natural part of your life. The problem most people face is that they rely on willpower alone, but willpower is limited. Instead, success comes from creating routines that remove the need for constant decision-making. When you build habits, discipline becomes automatic. One of the most important disciplines to develop is controlling your time. Time is the most valuable resource, yet many people waste it on distractions, entertainment, and activities that do not move them forward. Successful people guard their time fiercely. They plan their days, prioritize important tasks, and eliminate unnecessary distractions. They understand that every wasted hour is an hour stolen from their future. Discipline means saying no to time-wasting activities and yes to actions that bring growth and progress. Another essential discipline is taking care of your body and mind. Physical health and mental clarity are directly linked to success. The discipline of exercising regularly, eating nutritious food, and getting enough rest is not just about fitness, it is about maintaining the energy, focus, and stamina needed to perform at your best. Neglecting health leads to fatigue, low motivation, and decreased productivity. Discipline in self-care is not a luxury, it is a necessity for long-term success. Discipline also applies to financial habits. Many people struggle financially not because they lack income, but because they lack the discipline to manage money wisely. The discipline of saving, budgeting, and investing ensures financial security and long-term wealth. Those who fail to control their spending often find themselves trapped in cycles of debt and stress. Financial discipline is not about deprivation. It is about making conscious choices that create freedom and abundance in the future. Mental discipline is just as important as physical or financial discipline. The ability to control thoughts, emotions, and reactions determines success in every area of life. Negative thinking, doubt, and fear can sabotage progress. Developing the discipline to maintain a positive mindset, focus on solutions instead of problems, and push through is a skill that separates achievers from those who give up. Feeding the mind with positive influences, books, mentors, and empowering conversations strengthens mental discipline and resilience. One of the biggest challenges in developing discipline is overcoming the tendency to procrastinate. Many people wait for the right time to take action, but the truth is there is no perfect moment. The best time to start is always now. Procrastination is the enemy of progress, and the only way to defeat it is through action. Discipline means doing what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. The more you take action, the easier it becomes. Discipline is like a muscle, it grows stronger with use. The more you practice it, the easier it becomes to stay committed. At first, building new habits and routines may feel uncomfortable, but over time they become second nature. Success is not a one-time event, it is the result of repeated daily actions. The small disciplines practiced today will determine the success achieved in the future. Building the right relationships is one of the most important factors in achieving success. The people you surround yourself with have a direct impact on your mindset, habits, and overall direction in life. Relationships can either lift you higher or pull you down, push you toward greatness, or hold you back in mediocrity. No one succeeds alone, and those who understand the power of relationships make intentional choices about the people they allow into their lives. The first step in building the right relationships is to evaluate your current circle. Take a close look at the people you spend the most time with. Are they encouraging you to grow, or are they keeping you stuck? Do they challenge you to be better, or do they drain your energy with negativity and complacency? It is often said that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If you want to change your life, start by changing the people around you. Successful people are intentional about surrounding themselves with individuals who inspire, motivate, and challenge them. They seek out mentors who have already achieved what they aspire to accomplish. Learning from those who are ahead of you accelerates your growth. A mentor can provide valuable insights, wisdom, and guidance that can save you years of trial and error. Finding the right mentors requires effort, attending events, joining mastermind groups, and reaching out to those who can offer perspective and experience. Equally important is surrounding yourself with peers who share your drive and ambition. These are the people who push you to keep going when challenges arise, who celebrate your successes, and who hold you accountable to your goals. Having a strong support system of like-minded individuals creates an environment where growth becomes natural. When you spend time with people who have high standards for themselves, you naturally start to raise your own standards as well. Not all relationships serve your best interests. Some people drain your energy, fill your mind with doubt, and discourage you from pursuing your dreams. Negative relationships can be toxic, preventing you from reaching your full potential. It is important to recognize when certain relationships no longer serve you. This doesn't mean you need to cut people out of your life completely, but it does mean setting boundaries. Protecting your energy and mental space is essential if you want to stay focused on your path to success. Networking is another powerful way to build the right relationships. Many opportunities come from being in the right rooms and knowing the right people. Success is not just about what you know, but also who you know. Building strong relationships in your industry or field opens doors to new opportunities, collaborations, and experiences that would not be available otherwise. Networking is not just about making connections, but about adding value to others. When you focus on how you can help and contribute, relationships naturally grow in a meaningful way. Trust and integrity are the foundation of any strong relationship. Success is built on credibility, and credibility is built on consistently doing what you say you will do. People want to work with, invest in, and support those they trust. Being reliable, honest, and ethical in your dealings strengthens relationships and ensures long-term success. In a world where many people look for shortcuts, those who operate with integrity stand out and attract the right kind of people into their lives. Another key to building great relationships is effective communication. Listening is just as important as speaking. People appreciate those who truly listen, understand, and respect their thoughts and opinions. Strong relationships are not built on surface-level conversations, but on meaningful connections where both parties feel heard and valued. Learning to communicate clearly, express gratitude, and show appreciation strengthens bonds and creates a lasting impact. Giving before expecting anything in return is a principle that leads to deeper relationships. Many people approach relationships with a mindset of what can I get, instead of how can I give. The most successful individuals understand that relationships are about mutual growth and support. They provide value, offer help, and contribute to the success of others without immediately expecting something in return. This approach creates strong, genuine connections that last over time. Surrounding yourself with the right people influences every area of your life. When you are in an environment where people are striving for excellence, you will be inspired to do the same. The relationships you build determine the level of success you achieve. By being intentional about who you spend time with, seeking out mentors, setting boundaries, and adding value to others, you create a network that supports and accelerates your journey towards success. Taking bold, consistent action is the ultimate key to success. No amount of planning, dreaming, or strategizing will bring results unless action is taken. Many people get stuck in the trap of overthinking, waiting for the perfect moment, or allowing fear to hold them back. But success belongs to those who are willing to step forward, take risks, and commit to consistent action despite uncertainty. Bold action moves you from where you are to where you want to be. Bold action means stepping outside of your comfort zone. Growth does not happen in places of safety and familiarity. The people who achieve great things in life are those who dare to do what others are afraid to attempt. They make decisions that feel uncomfortable, take on challenges that stretch their abilities, and push forward even when the outcome is uncertain. Playing it safe never leads to extraordinary results. If you want to achieve something you have never had before, you must be willing to do things you have never done before. Consistent action is just as important as bold action. Many people start with excitement but quickly lose momentum when they don't see immediate results. They take big action for a short period, but when obstacles arise or motivation fades, they stop. True success is built on the discipline of showing up every day, putting in the effort, and staying committed no matter what. Even small actions, when repeated consistently, create massive results over time. The key is persistence, sticking to your goals even when progress seems slow. Fear often prevents people from taking bold action. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, and fear of making mistakes hold many back from pursuing their dreams. But fear only has power if you allow it to stop you. The most successful people are not fearless. They take action despite their fears. They understand that failure is part of the journey and that mistakes are opportunities for learning and growth. The only real failure is in refusing to take action at all. Every successful person has faced rejection, setbacks, and failures, but they kept moving forward. Taking bold action also requires making decisions quickly and decisively. Many people get stuck in analysis paralysis, overthinking every move and waiting for absolute certainty before taking action. But overthinking leads to inaction. The most successful people make decisions and take action even when they don't have all the answers. They understand that clarity comes from action, not from endless planning. Every decision provides feedback. If something doesn't work, adjustments can be made along the way. One of the most powerful ways to ensure bold, consistent action is to set clear goals and create a plan of execution. Without clear direction, it is easy to become distracted or discouraged. Having a well-defined goal provides motivation, while breaking it down into actionable steps makes it manageable. Each small step forward builds momentum, making it easier to stay on track and keep pushing toward success. Accountability is another key factor in maintaining consistent action. When you hold yourself accountable or have a mentor, coach, or accountability partner, there is a greater commitment to follow through. Knowing that someone is watching or expecting results creates an extra level of discipline. It eliminates excuses and reinforces the habit of taking action even when it feels difficult. The power of momentum should never be underestimated. When you take consistent action, even in small ways, momentum builds. The hardest part is often starting, but once you begin, each action fuels the next. Success is not about making one huge leap. It is about taking small, steady steps every single day. Over time, those steps add up to significant achievements. The more you act, the more confident you become, and the easier it is to keep moving forward. Bold action does not mean reckless action. It is about taking smart risks, learning from failures, and continuously improving. Those who take massive, consistent action separate themselves from those who only talk about what they want to do. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is simple. One group takes action while the other waits for the perfect moment. The perfect moment never comes, but the person who acts boldly and consistently creates their own opportunities and shapes their own success. Success is not reserved for the lucky or the talented. It belongs to those who take bold, consistent action. Every great achievement begins with a single step, followed by another. The difference between those who reach their goals and those who don't is not intelligence, resources, or luck. It is the willingness to act despite fear, uncertainty, or obstacles. Opportunities are everywhere, but they only reveal themselves to those who move forward with determination. Waiting, hesitating, or second-guessing only leads to missed chances and regret. But taking action consistently, courageously leads to progress, growth, and transformation. There is no perfect moment to start. The time is now. Every step you take, no matter how small, moves you closer to the life you envision. The more you act, the stronger you become, and the closer you get to the success you desire. The future belongs to those who are willing to make things happen, and everything you want is on the other side of action.